Hello. Hello. This is Dead Dodge Garage Live. Is that how I say it? I'm in charge. He's making nuggets. Okay. Okay, bye. Okay, maybe not bye. Okay, maybe bye. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
Your nuggets away. The kids are taking over. Oh.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. What is up? I have no idea. Oh, is this still in slide tuning? It is. It's not where I was going, but I looked way cuter for a minute there. You walk the streets like a castaway. You laugh a lot, but you're really afraid of all the junkies got the gun for you. The world of poison and the sour tooth got you sitting in the dark for hours while your candle's burning down for cowards. And you wonder about the road you're paving. Gotta hope that you're one worth saving. Ow. Slap the crap out of it. I think Ava mentioned this is Dead Dodge Garage Live. The What Have I Gotten Myself Into edition. Whatever. Dogs are freaking out. Rich Jordan. Vic. Rich won. Somehow, slightly, by mere nanoseconds or something. Josh Homan, how you doing there? Old Stuff Rules. McLovin Garage in the house. Todd Denio, hello from Minnesota. Todd, I'm planning to go to Mopars in the Park. Don't know if you're going to, but I'll probably be around there on this Saturday. Woo! My sister's here, of course. Dan, how's it going? David Bisnett, enjoyed your videos this week. The Honda as well. Thank you. Funny enough, right as I started this very live stream, my friend Dustin, that it came from, messaged me and was like, I might be biased, but I kind of want to see more videos on that. So anyway, kind of awesome. Yeah, that video's 10 out of 10. No one's watching it, but all of like my hardcore fans that watched it commented and said they liked it and would love to see more. Lots of vintage motorcycle fans among the larger Mopar viewership, it turns out. So that's cool. It's just not cool that the video didn't do well at all. Like at all. Like it's the worst thing I've posted in a really long time. So that doesn't bode well for a follow-up, as saying. Anyway. Yeah. If you missed it, Ava opened the show. Rad. Who hurt you? Full Garage, how's it going? Lucas Krupa, morning. Maybe where you're at. See Storai, hello from New England. See, it's late there. Glenn Uromi, Lovejoy. Hey, please slap or tap the like if you would. Howdy, Alan. How you doing? Steve Perosi is back from Mass. Dalton Sparks is here. Rocket Tom as well. Half Track. How's it going? Brad's Restorations. Missouri Truckin' Bear. My favorite YouTube channel. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Howdy, Stacy. How you doing? Oh, TBI problems. It's always the distributor, except for when it's the fuel pump or the computer. Bill Johnson, how you doing? Good evening. Avon, what is up? How's the spine today? Well, it's not the spine. It's kind of like next to that. Better, but still not great. Empire Russ sent this over. He's been putting that old square body to work this week. Like, a lot. Like, so many times. It's awesome. Oh, yeah. That was the contents of the gas tank on that truck. Good times. Anyway, back's better. I decided to do something, so I went out and pressure washed the crappy, not a Ram truck. And, well, I only mostly regret it. Dalton Sparks enjoyed the almost dead Honda Garage video. Nice. I need to get different versions of that. Back when I used text before Fitz made me the graphic that I use in all the videos, I used to just do it in text. And so sometimes it would be dead boat garage, dead Ford garage, whatever. But yeah. How's it going, Rob? Gene Z. Plano, Texas in the house. Nice. Empire Rust, as I mentioned. Dave Stark. I'm digging the bike. If it makes vroom vroom sounds, I'm in. Nice. Ella Andy. Forgive me, Jamie, for I have sinned. My new project is a 94 C1500 with a TBI 350. My brother-in-law bought a 2500 recently. Those are good trucks. And despite the TBI problems we were just talking, pretty good. They're dead nuts reliable. They're so simple, easy to figure out. Classic Dude Mike. Hi, how you doing? Dude. The dude. Yeah. Glenn Hiromi said, I got to say, I never thought that Dodge hauler would be that good without more work, but I'm glad I got you home. Yeah, needs tires, needs some servicing, and then the bed. The bed needs everything. I understand, Todd. All good. Just throwing it out there. Kenneth Frederickson is here from down in the North Island of New Zealand. How you doing there? Yeah. The magic of the 12-valve Cummins, Glenn, is it's pretty much always good. Unless the pump dies, I guess, or you have fuel system problems, supply system problems, which does happen. But the 12-valve is that is my apocalypse engine of choice. Like, yeah, they're the best. Scott Smith loves the bike stuff. Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. Yes. So yeah, surprised no one had brought it up yet. Uncle Tony accepted my call out. So strange that he did that. It's just weird. I'm shocked. Anyway, yeah, very cool. I laughed so hard during his response video. So I hopped in his live a bit ago and said, you better have my cake in the freezer. He ate it. Or most of it anyway. So he's going to try and find a Fudgy the Whale. Yeah, is it a contender for the Ratchet set? And I didn't give Evan credit in the video, and I apologize for that. I filmed that video like 3 times. I didn't. Anyway, I was too nice, I think. But anyway, I did not give credit where it's due. That tool set did come from the private collection of Evan Law, who I work with at Rocket. It's super sweet. I think it's worth a little bit more than an ice cream cake, but it was just hilarious. Moperman 67, how you doing? Steve Ferozi. Does a Magnum 360 water pump stick out further than the LA engine? I don't know that, but if you're using the Magnum pump, then you're using the you're using the Magnum Serpentine accessories anyway, so I'm not sure why it would matter. Excuse me. I bet the mounting surface on the Magnum cover is the same. Excuse me again. Same height, but I don't know. Scott Smith. Also, are we doing a GoFundMe gas drive to get you to the Uncle Tony race? I'm not going to actually start a GoFundMe, no. But you can always send me super chats here. I'm not one to beg, but I accept donations for sure. And super chat donations here will be on the YouTube check I get right before I leave for that trip. So, yeah. Thankfully, not the computer. Poured gas down the TBI and it fired right up. It will fire right up without the computer working, I believe, because the timing, the base timing, the module will spark without input from the computer. It's like a loop. Anyway, is it priming the pump? That would be my question. Idaho Lyman made it. Only had to survive an attempted lobotomy, or as the doctor called it, sinus surgery. Ugh. My mother is late. William Helms, great Charger RT video. Thank you, but which one? David Frias, going good over here. How you doing? Cypher F, what's up? David Bisnet wants to know, great question, when will we see some Fury Gone Round the World videos? He has many hours of footage to edit. And I only just learned this last week. He actually has a whole video of his remaining steps getting the car ready to go before he left. So we're going to get that and then road trip videos. And yeah, he's totally failing on getting stuff edited. So that's where we're at right now. Yes, I'm going to insist on a trackside freezer. I'm going to insist on that. And Ryan McLovin Garage has a great question. Now that the Power Wagon is sold, are you at all interested in changing your logo to the front end of your Charger? Or at least having a secondary logo for stickers and shirts? Yes, I am interested in that. Considering it may well happen. I still love the Power Wagon thing. I mean, it's my logo and I like it. It's still a relatively dead Dodge, so I think it still fits. And the very first Dead Dodge Garage video, that was the subject. So, you know, I mean, yeah, the truck's not here anymore, but it's still here in spirit. So, having said that, an alternative version with a different car would be cool. I don't know if it would be the Charger or the Demon. They're both like equally my flagship, so I don't know. Nice. Wow. Empire Rust. Ran the tank nearly dry on the heartbeat hauler and finally sucked up enough gunk to nearly stall it entirely. 5 bottles of heat, 1 chem tool, and 4 fuel filters later. Nice. Even I don't know what any of that means. Yes, Colin is editing footage, kind of, sort of. I don't know how much he's really working on it, but it will happen eventually. Jeff Militech is here and says, nice Honda. Thank you, Jeff. I think it's pretty cool, actually. Oh, awesome. Dave LA is here and says, hello from Minnesota. I spent most of my weekend porting a set of Magnum heads and listening to previous Dead Dodge Garage lives. Good times. Thanks. That's awesome. A good few people go and listen to them after the fact. So that's cool. I appreciate it. I kind of view it as a podcast of sorts, kind of. That's why I leave them up. You can go back and listen to the very first one. I don't think you should, but you can. Stephen Andrews, what's happening? You're the one that threatened to bless me with more Honda motorcycles. Yeah. Have your people call my people, I guess. Oh, wow. Lovejoy's had a productive weekend. Fiance bought me a boat and then let me buy a clapped out square body. Nice. David Bisnet with a great question. Will the Uncle Tony and Dead Dodge Garage event be public? Well, it will be in public. I haven't yet decided, and no offense, I haven't yet decided if I'm going to announce when and where or not. He left that up to me. I kind of figured we would not want that. And the reason is, when you're racing, there's a lot to think about. And as much as I'd love to do like the meet and greet thing, I'm also going to be doing that the next day at Mopars in the park. And this is your advance warning, and I'll announce it in a video as well. But I will be at Mopars in the Park, the Minnesota show, the Saturday. Probably only the Saturday. So yeah, that is my genius plan. We may well make the location of the race public. It would be super cool to have people there watching. It's just, no offense, I kind of need to focus on racing. So I don't necessarily want a bunch of people, coming up and asking me to sign their babies and that kind of stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. We may well announce that. I don't even know where it is yet. So there's that. Rodney Bird says, get you some slag hammer. That 383 is way mild and almost constantly over revved. Short shift to 360 to victory. I'll see what I can do. I'm going to try not to blow the tires off. I allegedly was watching old Uncle Tony videos yesterday while I was incapacitated because my stupid back's ruined. And I came to a very important realization that helps to explain why I was blowing the tires off at the track. So I will be making some small adjustments. And yeah, I will do my best. I'm going to try and come correct, but I don't know. We'll see. McLovin Garage, do you need a few pit crew members to make the trip with you? If you want to make the trip, awesome. I would love that, but it's going to be a little cramped in my rig, so you might have to drive yourself. If you're willing to do that, I will see you there, my friend. Don't take up a lot of room. Well, that's good. Mopars in the Park, Empire Russ. That is the event I'm going to. I'd love to do Mo Party. I almost could have made it there last year, but it just didn't. I didn't have the time. Oh, the difference between an RT and not an RT video. Awesome. Yeah, cool. Glad you liked it. Bill Johnson is also willing. If someone's got a crew bus and a bunch of you guys want to come help out, that would be great. I do need some help. Donnie is noticeably absent this evening, which is weird. I'm considering making Donnie show up. He's in a pit crew. He's qualified. So, Avon sent me $1.99 and said, "Don't spend it all in one place." I'm watching, Lebowski. Lebowski? It's not Lebowski. It's is it Wazowski? Oh my God. I'm watching, Wazowski. Always watching. Moparman67 wants to know, how do I get rid of excess carbon buildup on my pistons without taking the heads off? Looked at them with a camera. Thanks. There are some different methods for that. The old school trick of dribbling water down your carburetor and then revving the piss out of the engine, that's kind of what it's for. It's kind of sort of steam cleans your pistons and chambers and valves and what have you. Upper cylinder lubricant and cleaner, like that Lucas stuff, that's what it's intended to do. Seafoam, that's kind of what it's intended to do. I mean, there are countless products that are designed to help with that. So yeah, give one of those techniques or products a try. Logo with Jamie hanging out the Charger with corn dog with an "and remember" quote. That sounds like a great shirt, but not, logo needs to be a little more simple than that. Fitz had a brilliant idea for a shirt that was based on the corn dog card chase, and it hasn't come to fruition yet. I saw a sort of base layout of it at one time, and it was really good. So I hope that comes to fruition one of these days. Nice. Glenn Uromi has owned 3 Demons and votes for that as the logo. Yeah, the Demon, I mean, I am not selling either of those cars. The Demon is kind of the more special one of the two. The Charger's special to me, but the Demon is just like, the Demon's the reason I ended up crossing 1,000 subscribers, and it's what a lot of my success is built on. So, it's a very important part of the channel too. Michael says, let's race your 73 Charger against my 72 Charger. Let me get the gears changed first. And also, it's not mine, so I don't know if Tracy will be down with that. Yeah. Nice. Appreciate that, Bill Johnson. Yeah, it does seem like you're often here. I definitely appreciate the people that do show up here every week and participate. It's super cool. I really appreciate it. Hot Daddy says, hi, Jamie. That's a hot daddy. Hi, Jamie. Hope you blow Uncle Tony off the track. I will try, but I make no promises. If you guys have seen my drag racing videos, you know I'm still at the bottom end of the learning curve, and I'll leave it at that. But I have some ideas. I know what I need to do. It's just the execution. Dave LA says, nice to hear you'll be at Mopars in the park. Hopefully I will get to say hello in person. Yes, so I am planning to be at Mopars in the park. Tom's going out there. Yeah, thank you, Vic. I got it. Wazowski. Tom is going out there for the swap meet. And I was somewhat teased with the idea of driving a car out there for someone, which I was really looking forward to. And so I basically cleared my calendar to do that. And then that didn't happen for insurance reasons. And so at that point, I was like, well, I'm going. So I'll just still go and I'll just take one of my cars. That'll be cool. And then I had to decide, do I drive the Charger out? Do I tow the Demon out? Or do I just drive my Challenger and then actually like make it there and be comfortable? And then, well, I found a drag race to get involved in. So, which was what I thought. If I'm taking my Demon all this way, I'm making it worth the trip. I'm going to do something drag racy. So here we are. So my plan is to be at Mopars in the Park Saturday. That's supposed to be the big day for the car show part of it. I almost certainly will be late. More on that later. Mr. PF Flyer is here and says 100-mile random joyride around Minnesota today in a Dodge, naturally. But I waved at the Chevy and Ford cool car people too. I'm not a snob. Nice. Mopar Pollock wants to know, are you driving through Canada to get to Minnesota? No, I am not. Cleveland Maker is here and says, hey, Jamie, big C-body guy again. I'm the one who suggested the WC Series Ram truck. You could do it like Dino Don Nicholson. He was a Ford guy. I see a Ford Ram truck. Anyway, my problem with the WC cab, that period cab, is they are so small. You will never fit 3 people in that. And at least with a regular swept-line cab, my vision has always been swept-line cab. That was the go-to in the 60s. You know, that was, if you were a Mopar guy, that was your Ram truck, and ideally a crew cab. But yeah, swept line. So that has always been my vision. At least those are wider and you could squeeze 3 people in, say, you know, a wife and a daughter, for example. In the 40s cab, that is not happening. So yeah, I think I will have to stick with either the swept line of my dreams or alternatively a crew cab first gen. You know, 70s, 80s cab would work. Wouldn't like it as much, but it would work. And I do have one. Kind of. But yeah, I'd love the look of that. I've seen plenty of round body ramp trucks, and that's awesome. But not what I have in mind. Nice. Brad's Restorations says, loved the motorcycle video. I started at 13 with an XL100 Honda. I was so short, I had to slide off the seat and touch the ground with 1 foot. Wow. Okay, Dan Tupper checked for us. The LA water pump is 5 3/8 of an inch, and Magnum is about 4. Good to know. Good to know. Bill Johnson worked trackside support for vintage race cars for 6 years. Just saying. If you want to make the trip to Tennessee, please do. Stan Nelson. What did I miss? I played one of my slide songs for the intro. Before that, my daughter actually started the show because I had to make her chicken nuggets. Other than that, not much. Roto Rooter with a Scotch Brite tip through the spark plug hole. It's a unique idea. Empire Rust would offer up assistance. I was pit crew for Weston Champlin. Well, all right. Mostly Old Parts had a 71 Demon with 440 and nitrous. Wow. Oh, cool. Lovejoy says, speaking of subscribers, I'm one away from 400. I might actually make 500 in time for No Name. You go get it, son. If you guys haven't subscribed to Lovejoy, you should go ahead and do that. Help him out. Lovejoy Shitbox Sanctuary. One of the best channel names. Mostly Mopar is here and says, evening, everybody. Nothing to add yet. We'll be listening as usual. Ah, very good. Dr. Art says, we will have multiple ice cream cakes when you get here. Thanks. You had me at ice cream cake. Yeah, Dr. Art, we're also going to need some kind of trackside refrigeration. So I don't know if that's your department, but just something to think about. Looking forward to meeting you while I'm out there, by the way. All Classics Restorations thought the bike video was cool. Something different, even though I'm not into bikes. I really like them. I thought it was cool. A lot of people commented and said the same thing. They like it. Nice, different change of pace. A lot of people said stick with Mopars, or at least primarily Mopars. That's what I'm here for. But many, many people said I'd watch whatever you do. But the fact that that video is 10 out of 10 for my last 10, meaning the worst by a lot, kind of tells me everything I need to know. I liked it. Scott Shepard, what's your opinion on front sump pans versus rear sump pans? Rear's better in every way, but of course, being in classic Mopars, we don't have the luxury of fitting one, so we get mid sump, which is, yeah. I mean, if a rear sump fits in your car, run a rear sump. Howdy, Cave Dave. How's it going? Nolan is here and says, hello, Mo peoples. Nice. Oh, Guy Kugler. I would love to see some action at Dirtfish, and it's not even all that far away from me. I don't know what car I would use for that. I could conceive of something. Oh, good. Dalton Sparks says, I finally took my 70 D500 for a short drive. Brakes started to lock up, but the 633 gears didn't care and got it home. Wow. Yeah, 633s. Very tall tires on that, I'm sure. I used to have a W500, 69 W500. I think I've mentioned that. And it was a 5-speed. It hasn't gone very far. I sold it to these people, but it's sitting across town, untouched. Oh, wow. Huh. Lovejoy also allegedly got my garden trailer totaled in a hit and run by a semi this weekend. Allegedly, my truck survived. Crashes Roadrunner Garage says, Jamie, hope to meet you at Mopars in the Park. Awesome. I hope to meet you. Again, I'm just going to say this. I am planning to be there Saturday. It is very, very likely that I will be late because I'll be driving basically through the night to get there. Hopefully, I can convince someone to show up and co-drive with me, but we'll see. Anyway, I will probably be late. By the time I get there, it may well be too late to even enter my car. That's a recurring theme for me, but I am planning to be there Saturday, so I do hope to meet some of you folks there. Wolford and O'Keefe do a Dick Landy Ram truck. Yeah, it's basically the style I have in mind. Empire Rust votes for the first-gen crew ramper. Yeah, that would work really well. Yes. Nick's Vintage Iron. Yes, you heard Mopars in the Park. I should be there Saturday. End of time. What are your thoughts on subframe connectors? Does the old Mopar unibody need them? Need? I don't know. I think it kind of depends on what you're doing. If you're using it as a daily driver, no. If you're doing handling stuff, I think it's a good idea. Because I've driven a good few of them with the reinforcement, and it helps. It does help. Drag racing, also probably a good idea. If you're doing anything extreme with them, I'd say tie the subframes together. AMC guy could go for some chicken nuggets. Well, go ahead. We'll wait. John Evans says, I've decided there's no patching my darts floor pans. I get to make my own now. Awesome. Have fun. Glenn is here. Just left Uncle Tony's live. Well, welcome, Glenn. Thanks for being here. Bill Johnson. I'd have to know when and where. It might be possible. I will very possibly be filling people in with those details, but it is at the end of May, and it is in Tennessee somewhere. Mr. PF Flyer, what I'm doing is wrapping this whole drag race thing that we're talking about into the same trip. What if it rains? Then it won't happen. But at least I can say I tried. Yes. Rooster is here. How's it going? Mopar or no car, you sinner. I did get rid of my Corolla for a modern Challenger, so I guess now I can say Mopar or no car again. But my wife still drives a Subaru, so yeah. Tom said for Dirtfish Volare, that was the idea I could conceive of. Someone offered me $450 for it, and I'm tempted to take it, but also I got mud tires for it, so there's that. Cypher F, can't wait to see Green Truck and Ratty Charger. Me neither. I really want to get working on that Charger. I had every intention of doing that, but now there's this whole other thing, so it's probably going to be at least a month. Oh, excuse me. Zero Fox Given is here and wants to know if I have any experience rebuilding a 727 that has welded all the clutches to forward gears. Tries to pull in park, but can't. Would I be better off getting a new trans or rebuilding it? Junk it and get another one, I would say. Yeah, that's what I would say. No, I have no experience with any of that. I have destroyed a couple of 904s to the point that they kind of pulled in park, pulled in neutral, and in reverse, they lock solid like a line lock. But I always assumed that was some kind of hydraulic problem. McLovin Garage says it's a bummer YouTube kind of boxes us in on content and who they show it to based on your usual content. Yeah, and that's the thing. If your viewers don't like it, if they don't watch it in good enough numbers, it doesn't get shown to anyone else. And yeah, it's tough, because I do want to do different things. I never planned to only do Dodge stuff. In fact, if you go back and see my earliest videos for the first couple months, Dead Dodge Garage was in all of my video titles because it wasn't my channel name. My channel name was my name. And I always intended to just do different stuff and use the same channel. But I kind of realized, Dead Dodge Garage is it. And so I rearranged things. But yeah, I never intended to only do Mopar stuff. Joe Filardi is here from Stamford, Connecticut, I believe. How you doing there? Old Stuff Rules is about an hour from Nashville. I'll be there for you as long as I know where and when. Sounds good. When I know when, I will make an announcement, I think. At least in the lives. I may not make an announcement in a video, because that might get a lot of people there. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I'll make a determination at some point. Nice. Rooster will be at Mopars in the Park with something ground pounding. Sounds good. Empire Rust is still patiently awaiting the 727 his buddy rebuilt for him. This poor satellite is itching to drive again. I very much appreciate the electrical videos you made. Awesome. Well, I'm happy to help, and I'm making more all the time. Lovejoy, Mopars in the Park is in Stillwater, Minnesota. So I think it's the wrong way. Lifted Dodge Beast. Yes, got it. Rooster Son's bringing his big lifted Dodge. Nice. Lucas Krupa wants to know, what are your thoughts on the inline 6 Hurricane coming as a crate motor, 1,000 plus horsepower inline 6? I think it's really interesting, but I don't know yet. I don't know what they do. I have no idea. I really don't know. I'd like to find out someday. If they want to send me one, I'll test it for them. We'll find the weak points. Sam M, are you going to fix the rusty dart / scamp? I'm assuming you're referring to the 72 that was in the background of a bunch of shots here. It isn't now. It's moved to Rocket. That is supposed to eventually be some kind of Lemons car, and we're collecting parts for it, but it's going to be a long time till we start on it. If you mean the horribly rusty one that was next to the ocean, that one's long gone. But there was a video on that, so yeah. Functional history is 10-hour drive. Yes, it is. You're going to go right by my house. I will be incredibly offended if you don't stop by. I'll see what I can do, but am I actually going right by your house? Christian Lilly is back from Long Beach, Washington. How you doing? Glenn says, Jamie, leave the logo. My tat is half done. Pics or it didn't happen. deaddodgegarage@gmail.com. If you got a tattoo of my logo, I'll send you a matching shirt for cold days. How about that? Or a hat, whatever you want. Rooster wants to know, which car should I bring to Mopars in the park? Blown Cornet, Roadrunner, or drag truck? Whichever one's ready. Whichever one is ready. You've got like a month. So you better get on it. Oh, man. John even says there's a 73 Charger becoming one with nature on the farm behind work. I'm going to see if I can get a good price. Good luck. Good luck. Vic wants to know, Stone Soup still pulling decent numbers for you, right? Kind of. Yeah, one of the videos is still getting the views. But nothing amazing. You know, the first video did the best, and it's always diminishing returns after that. That's just how it works. Yeah, reverse is forward and so is neutral. Yeah, I've had that happen with 2 different 904s over the years. In fact, my 74 Duster was the first Mopar I actually drove. I had a couple before I had my license, but that was the first one I drove. And I remember after horsing around one day, pulling into a driveway, uphill driveway, putting the car in reverse, and it just didn't reverse. And I put it in neutral, and it kept forwarding. And I put it in reverse, and it just stopped moving. So I shut the car off and coasted out of the driveway. And that was the last day I ever drove that car. And I don't know what happened. James Sarita, have you watched Uncle Tony's video on speed shifting? Of course, I've watched all of Tony's videos. All of them. You know, I don't know if that's it, but yeah, it's just kind of the way the system works. It needs, your viewership has to like your video. Like, that is a very important part of it. And they drill that into your head in studio. Like, your viewers are not watching this as much. Your regular viewers are choosing not to watch this video, or your regular viewers are watching this video for longer than usual. Your regular viewers are choosing this video more often than usual, leading to it being shared to a wider audience. You know, you get that kind of thing all the time. And so I understand it. It makes sense. If it's a good video, your viewers will like it. But that does work you into a point where if it's a video outside of your norm, your people won't watch it, and then it just doesn't happen. And it's something I've learned before, and it's why I've really honed in on what I've honed in on. But yeah. Sometimes, you know, I'm just going to post whatever I want. Robert Fitch is late. He was bloodletting the brakes on the Valiant. Nice. So almost done with that. Joel Shooter is here and says, hey, Jamie, how's the day treating you tonight? Not bad. Not bad. Feeling a little bit better today than yesterday. Yesterday was pretty rough for me. But yeah, today I did take a little bit to pressure wash my crappy ramp truck project. That was cool. Other than that, mostly just relaxing. I did play a lot of bass today. A lot of bass. Ooh, I got, I don't know if I've shown this. Nah, maybe I did. I got a 215 cap to match my basement head, as well as the 212 I got. So now I have the whole set. But I need a showman head now. All classics. I have only ever run 8th mile. I've got 410s in the car. It would do quarter just fine. Of course, Dale used to run it in the quarter with 488s. But I believe we will be running 8th mile. I think the track that we're going to, if I remember correctly, is 8th mile, but I still don't actually know what track that is. Bill James, how you doing? Yes, Gary Hergert will also be there. Evan will be there. Tom will be there. So yeah, Mopars in the park. They will be in the swap meet. I'm sure what is setup day Thursday. I think setup day is Thursday, and then they'll be at the swap meet Friday. And possibly Saturday? Not sure. But anyway, wander around the swap meet, definitely on Friday, and you can meet the Rocket crew. But I won't be there that day. Yeah, that's the thing. Everything makes so much power these days. There's not that much exciting about another 1,000 horsepower crate motor. Yeah, I have to agree. Vic, I'm going the other way, and I'm driving straight through the night. Oh, nice. Jeff King bought a 340 driver side exhaust manifold off eBay this past week. Turns out it's coming from you guys at Rocket. I feel special. That's awesome. Yes, Tom's a big deal on eBay. He's been selling through Rocket Restorations on eBay for years and years. I have bought parts from him on eBay. I got he used to carry the wiper seals. I don't know if he does anymore, but he used to carry the new wiper pivot seals. And I ordered a set for my 66 Charger and another set years later for our 67 Belvedere. And I think they both came from him, which is hilarious. So yeah, if you're looking at classic Mopar parts on eBay, you may well be looking at Rocket Restoration. So that's actually the biggest chunk of his business. He does different things, but that's kind of the biggest part is shipping parts everywhere. It's pretty cool. No Beret, how you doing? Just a quick hello, and thanks for the motorbike video today. You bet. Thanks for watching. I appreciate that. I count you as one of those hardcore viewers that would probably watch whatever I make, and I really appreciate it. I think it's really funny that you think I could nail it on a pro tree, because I don't think that would ever happen. And I'd rather do it the older school way, because that's this whole thing is the old school way. All Classics Restoration is 3 subs away from hitting 800. So if you guys haven't subscribed to All Classics Restoration, you should go over and do that too. Let's get him over 800. Let's go. Nice. Apparently my nephew's giving himself a haircut right now. Jesus. Howdy, Paul Shea. Did I say that? Think I did. Not sure. SRT Hellcat Hemi says, hi there, y'all. Can you update us with what's going on? Do you have a call out? Yeah, I called out Tony for a drag race, and he accepted. I offered a rare, desirable, gold-plated Mopar collectible toolkit, and he responded to that, matched it with an ice cream cake. So that's where we're at. We're going to line up Dale's Demon against Slaghammer, which Tony and Mopar Al built on Tony's channel. And we're going to see what's what. It's going to be an amazingly slow, unimpressive drag race between 2 A-body Mopars. And I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, apparently Crash's Roadrunner Garage was next to Rocket Restorations at the swap meet last year. I'll be damned. Josh Jesh is late, busy at work. Just took a moment to check the tube. I just realized it's Sunday. I need a day off. Yes, you do. Yes, Alan, I believe you are also one of those diehards, and I appreciate it. Oh, cool. Rick Gabi is here and says, thank you for your big HEI ignition conversion video. Based on your teachings in that video, I converted my 1973 W100 Dodge Snowfighter to HEI, and I'm in love with the results. Awesome. Happy to help, and I'm glad it worked for you. That's something I've done many, many times. I don't go for a Mopar electronic box anymore. If it's electronic ignition, it's HEI. I've used Pertronics, and I also have a couple MSD boxes, but the HEI is my go-to, absolutely. Dang, Rooster priced a Porter Tree, and good ones are like $1,000. But he's still planning to send me one. Okay, I need the practice, but I am also planning to go to a racetrack, so there's that. David Bisnet wants to know, will new rear springs have big returns on a 68B body or just mediocre? Would like an experienced opinion. Big returns in what way? Drag race launches or drivability, or what are we trying to do? We put replacement springs in our wagon, and it made a big difference in that car, but it's a big heavy wagon and the rear springs were collapsed. So yeah, that was worth doing. But if you're drag racing, you probably want super stock springs. That's probably worth doing. Yeah, especially if you've got like 318 springs, upgrading might be a good idea. Empire Russ wants to know, is the 47RE really bad or something? Yeah, it is. One of my second gen buddies is apparently broken down right now with the 3rd transmission he just put in. Or is he likely goofing something up? Okay, yes, he's goofing something up, but they are pretty bad. I would suspect cooler problems in his case, either blocked cooler, contaminated with chunks of the first transmission. I'm not so sure on the Cummins trucks. The Gasser trucks with like a 46RE, 44RE have a check valve that plugs up. And when that plugs up, you don't get cooler flow, and then your transmission explodes. Your new one does. I've had that happen to me. And I learned about that, obviously, the hard way when that happened to me. 100 miles, new transmission exploded, sent it back to the rebuilders. The old school guy in the back room called me and said, here's your deal. Your cooler is plugged. You need to bypass it with a new cooler. I will fix this for you once, and that's it. So you better fix it right. And I did. No problems from then on. So I don't know if the Cummins trucks have that same check valve or not, but they might. And if they do, that's probably the issue there. That or contaminated or plugged cooler. Or there are other possibilities too. Shift linkage way out of whack. It could end up between gears, and apparently that can mess stuff up. But yeah, I've never had that. Yes, there are a whole lot more 8th mile tracks these days than quarter mile. So unfortunately, yeah, it is what it is. Christian Lilly says I should put the 1,000 horsepower inline 6 in my challenge. As if I could afford that. Yeah. Good times. Hey, my sister dropped a link to All Classics Restoration's channel in the comments. So if you haven't subscribed to him, please click over and do that. It would be a big help. He is going to be in one of my lives eventually. We still haven't done that, but we have some plans for it. We'll see is back and says, sweet Cafe Honda. I love the CB350. Me too. I think it's cool. I think it's very cool. And James says, I love you, man. Just beat Tony from Napa, California. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, Rooster's 19 subs away from 200. So you better go subscribe to Rooster as well. Rooster's Restorations. That's his channel right there. Joel Shooter says, if you still need a sending unit for the diesel ramp truck, I noticed yours didn't send. No, it doesn't. It's yours for free. That would be amazing if you just have one sitting around. Mine, that whole tank has been changed, and funny enough, there's a hole in it, which sucks because I'm stuck with it. But yeah, so the wiring to the truck doesn't match. That's the issue. I don't know if it's an earlier one. I actually kind of think it may be a later gasser sending unit, and it was modified, like the pump was taken out. I kind of think that's what it is, because there's a plugged return line, there's like, or plugged vent line, or whatever it is. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think I have the right sending unit. I might not even have the right tank. So if that's something you have and you send it to me, that would be great. Have your people call my people. deaddodgegarage@gmail.com. Oh, Vic's already subbed to Rooster. Can't help you there. Nice. Can't believe he offered you an ice cream cake in return. I cackled. I stupid laughed at that. It was so good. It's just so good. Classic dude Mike dug the bike video today. Thanks. Appreciate that. Snow Fighter. Yes, it's a factory built snowplow truck. There were many goofy Dodge trucks in the 70s around that time. And they all had different names. Ranch Hand, Top Hand, Little Red Express, of course, Warlock, Midnight Express, Macho. The list goes on. There were so many goofy ones. But yeah, Snow Fighter, and it's F-I-T-E-R, just like that. It was a factory snowplow truck. Paul Steinberg said, all classics just hit 806. Apparently it's 807. So thank you guys for going over and doing that. I appreciate it. Hopefully a few of you gave Lovejoy and Rooster some love as well. John even wants to know, is keeping stock ignition goofy if throwing a carb on a modern Magnum? Haven't looked into it yet. What do you mean? Stock ignition. Are we talking a modern Magnum in an old car and you're using the car's stock ignition? Because no, that's exactly what you want to do. You can't use the Magnum's system with a carburetor. So, excuse me. Hopefully that's what you mean. Yeah, Tony really is not. He's not a collector, and I know that. And I said it in my video. Like he's not that guy, and I get it, and I respect it, because before you know it, you're drowning. You're just drowning in like collectibles and memorabilia and doodads and like little ducks and things. Like it's tough It's really tough. So yeah, all respect for that. I mean, I totally get it. I thought that would be cool. You know, it's a really unique and special Chrysler thing, and he's a Mopar guy. But again, you know, even if he wins, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he said, "I don't want it," and I understand. He does have a little model slag hammer that somebody made him, and I don't know who that was. He's already got one. He probably doesn't need more than that. I think he has a little, or does he have a little bottle rocket? He might have both. I'm not sure. Caveman Overland wants to know what could cause the back brakes to keep failing on a W150. Got new bearings, new hardware. It's a hydraulic issue, but what do you mean failing? I mean, are you burning up shoes? Are they dragging? Are they getting hot? What's the deal? Rooster needs like 300 more subs for No Name. Well, you're not going to get them. You're not going to get them here. We don't have 300 more subs to send you. I don't believe the 47RE goes to heaven when it dies. They're such junk. And it sucks because I love the trucks, but they are such total garbage. Yeah, manual stuff from that era, way better. And I am actively looking for a manual swap for that flatbed ramp truck project. Actively. I found one today, but it was $5,000. If I can come up with one, even a Getrag, whatever. I'd prefer a 4500, but even a Getrag. I would prefer a manual for this project. Generally speaking, like for my third gen, I'm fine with the automatic. It's fine. It's done really well. Almost 300K on the original 4.8 RE. But for this truck, I would prefer a stick. So I am on the hunt for one. If I find one, we'll do a stick swap. Drivability, not a race car. Yeah. I mean, just a replacement set of springs. You could upgrade to the heavier duty factory springs. You could do Hotchkiss has decent leaf springs, but I think they also lower the car. I don't know if they only have lowering springs or if they have standard ones too. Not totally sure on that. If yours are sagged out junk, yes, replace them, but don't go crazy with it. Hank Reardon wants to know, any plans to go to Carlisle this year? I don't think so. I'd like to make it to Carlisle. That's the other really big one. Like I say, I have this big crazy plan to go to Mopars in the park. That should happen unless hell freezes over or something. But yeah, probably not this year. Big Bad Jones is here and says, I would like to start putting Mopar videos on my channel. Any advice? I have a 72 Coronet, 84 Power Wagon, 95 Dakota. I've been working on Mopars since I was 12, and my dad gave me my first 84 D150. Any advice? No. I mean, I have all kinds of advice on making videos and presenting videos. But as far as like Mopar specific videos, I don't know. The best thing I can tell you is to thine own self be true. Make videos the way you can make them that show your personality to people. Don't try to be something you're not. Don't try to mimic anyone else. Just make whatever your idea of a good video is. Branding, if you want to be like a popular channel and go places with it, branding is super important. And video titles, thumbnails, presentation, like there are a lot of things that you kind of have to do to make your videos appealing to broad audiences. And you need to find your niche or your niche, however you like to say that. What do you do? What can you bring that other people can't? You know, that's what has brought me the success that it does, because there are plenty of other car channels, but I do these things in a way that reflects who I am, how I do things, what I know that other people don't, that kind of thing. So, you know, it's you get stuff on my channel you don't get other places, and that's why it's done well. So those are some things to think about. But as far as like, just because you want to do Mopars, you know, nothing that I have to say is going to help in that regard. It's just in regard to making good videos. Barracuda wants to know, are you sure Tony is going to bringing Sledgehammer, or is he bringing a Jeep? I think he's going to bring both, but we'll see. Nice. Yes, Josh Jesh is definitely a diehard. Sounds like I'm gonna meet him at Mopars in the park. Oh, okay. If you take I-94 through North Dakota, that's the way I'll be rolling. I-94 is 30 miles to my north. I may be cruising by on the way home, but I'll see you there. So there you go. Oh, awesome. Cypher F says, I love the electrical ignition videos as well. And the 3-pedal solution was mind blowing, seeing that awesome swappability after a little modification. Nice. Yeah, I'm proud of that series. It's gotten a good few views. It's a good resource for people. It's not like that was so early on in the channel, like it didn't get much attention at the time. But it's cool having it as a resource. And when people ask me questions about these swaps, I can direct them that way. So yeah, awesome. Glad you got stuff out of it. Lovejoy says I'd have to swing pretty far south to pick him up. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Joel Shooter, it's friggin' huge. Yeah, they're not small. And thanks everybody that went and subscribed to those guys. I really appreciate it. Oh, the dude. How could I forget the dude? That was earlier though. Yeah, the dude pickup. That was 71. Yes. The view time is the most important metric, more so than the sub count. Yeah, the sub count doesn't count for everything. I know I'm doing well because I go and look at channels that have a similar sub count to me, and my presentation is way better than theirs, and my videos just generally get more views. And I don't really know how to explain that. Sub count is not everything. I'm not saying it is. Your return viewers are the important part, and most of those are going to be subscribed to you. My return viewership on average now is almost 50%. A lot of people are coming back time and time again. So it's pretty cool. Max Sav 007 says 47REs seem fine under normal circumstances. Went through 200 gooseneck rig, added a second cooler to the frame rail with a fan plus a gauge. Literally never heats up now, even in the mountains. Awesome. Yeah, and those are great modifications to make. I've had several 47RE trucks. I blew one up once, but it was my fault for being dumb because I was towing too much weight with it and driving like a pissed off teenager, and I exploded the rear drum and the sprag. It was totally my fault. But yeah, other than that, they've done pretty well for me. There you go. Ice cream cake and road trips don't mix. I don't want to think about that right now. Christian really wants to know, hey, Jamie, what do you think about the Roadkill guys, David Freiberger and Steve Dulcich? I like them. I think they know some stuff. I've watched a lot of their stuff, obviously. I'm a Mopar guy, so I'm kind of into what they do. Yeah, I don't know. I've watched tons of their stuff. I found them because of the General Mayhem, and I've long had an interest in ratty Chargers, and so that suited my interests. I found myself not watching it as much anymore, but yeah. Huh. That truck keeps ripping up the pads and breaking the hardware. That's really interesting. Yeah, I wonder if you've got some kind of hydraulic problem where they're ending up sticking on. Do you have a fresh rear hose? That would be one thing to check. Just make sure that's not holding pressure out. Your push rod booster to master cylinder, your push rod could be too long, and that could hold brake pressure. That would be bad. Yeah, just a couple thoughts there. I don't know. I've never had that happen. Yeah, Muscle Car Mitch, I'm not going to Mo Party. It's not going to coincide with Mo Party. I would like to one of these years. Russ Peters, Terralex. Jamie, you need to tell Tony you get to keep any parts that fall off Slaghammer during the race. I didn't mean that I expected him to sawzall a chunk off the car. I more figured, because we watched him cut up that whole deal and, put it together. I was thinking like a part that came off of Slaghammer. But that was pretty funny. Howdy, everybody. The Uncle Tony's Garage live stream invasion has begun. So welcome aboard. Apparently he was rained out, so I'm sure he's off to finish the ice cream cake. Nice. Nice. Functional histories with a great question. I actually do have a legitimate car question. I know you're not a fan of the Holly 1920. Good God, no, not at all. If you had your golden wish come true, which carb would you put on Stone Soup? Holly 1945 or Carter BBS? Either one is pretty good. I have a Holly 1945, and that's the other carb I was considering donating. And honestly, at this point, after as much time and effort I've put into the 1920, and it's still garbage. It might just magically end up on there, but we'll see. Holly 1945, that is probably your best bet. But they're all later, so they don't just hook up to your throttle linkage. The early BBS does, so that could be a good choice if we could find one. Robert Sapecki, would you drive any classic cars? I drive classic cars all the time. You might be asking, or you might mean non-Mopar. Yeah, sure. John Even says the exploding 4.7 RE is how I got my 360 Magnum for $300. That would be a 4.6 RE. 4.7's Cummins only, but otherwise, yeah. There are a lot of Rams that got junkyarded for transmission problems. A lot. Mexican Spec says, Jamie, if you went to more shows to promote your channel, you would have more subs. I don't know about all that. Getting out there and shaking hands is great and all. And I've convinced a few people to subscribe, having met them in person. But the amazing internet and the YouTube algorithm can do so much more than any grassroots, real life campaigns could ever do. Yeah. Nice. Mm-hmm. Yes, Sledgehammer was requested for the challenge. That is the plan. No Cool Garage is late to the party. How the hell are you, Jamie? I'm good. How you doing there? 210 of you out there. Thank you very much for coming over from Tony's Live. I really appreciate it. And as my sister just posted in the comments there, if you wouldn't mind hitting like on the live stream, that does good stuff for the thing. So I'd really appreciate it. And if you have any Mopar questions, I'd love to answer them. Or any comments on the Dead Dodge Garage versus Uncle Tony coming grudge match. Indirect Connection says, my return viewership is probably my mom, and only my mom. Having a personality goes a long way. I have to agree with that. I certainly have one, for better or worse. I have certainly been able to find my audience, and I've been able to find who is absolutely not my audience. I've read all of their comments. But yeah, again, for better or worse, I mean, I've fully baked my personality into this thing from the jump, and it is what it is. Empire Rust hasn't had to tow a second gen yet, but the Fords, good God, the Fords. Yeah, the Fords keep the tow trucks in business. Yeah. No respect. I get no respect at all. The day I was born, my own mother, she smacked me in the face. Something like that. Uh-huh. Spitfire Mike wants to know, videos produced years ago, do you continue to get YouTube revenue? Yes, I do, as long as they're monetized. And essentially, my whole back catalog is monetized. One view here or there, you're talking like a penny or two. It's not a big deal. But when you have I think I'm approaching 500 videos now. I haven't checked in a while. Yeah, 471 videos now. Approaching 500. Oh, hang on. I have to hit a button. Gotta watch that later. Yeah, so I'm approaching 500 videos, and if 10% of them get a few views a day, it adds up. Paul Shea, I think if he had leaky wheel cylinders, he would know, because there would be fluid on the brakes. Yeah, Glenn, we're hovering right around 210 viewers. So again, thank you very much, everybody that joined in. I appreciate that. Nice. No Clue Garage is going to be driving to the duct tape drags. I'd love to do the duct tape drags someday. That would be cool. I think I'd rather go over to No Name. You know, I kind of have to pick my battles. You know what I mean? Clutch Kicker 392 says Uncle Tony can boot his cookie. He's obviously scared. I don't. Nah. Would I be against the 1 to 2 barrel adapting plate? No, I just don't think it, because it's just such a bottleneck. It might run just fine, but you're not going to see a bunch of power. And I feel like it might do even weirder things for fuel distribution than the slant already has, but maybe not. You know, I don't know. I've never actually tried that myself, but I've seen 2 to 4 adapters, and it's just kind of silly, I think. Oh, nice. Stage 0 Jason is here, an hour late. Decided to pull my cruise control out of storage and reinstall it on my Little Red Express, thinking that will come in handy for Power Tour. I agree. How you doing, Old Iron? End of Time wants to know, what do you think of the dual Weber setup for the Slant 6? I think it's super cool, but I've never gotten to mess with one myself. People hitting the like button will get me the subs. Well, not necessarily, but it helps bring viewers in, and yeah. Chris Freemaster, that's exactly it. Working the algorithm versus meeting in person. It's working smarter versus working harder. And I work hard too, by which I mean I do things a dumb way. But that's the thing. I learned that a long time ago, and I see the crappy Wi-Fi logo. All right, we're good. I learned a long time ago that the YouTube recommendation service, or whatever the heck they call it, the algorithm can do so much more for you than anything else. You know, okay, I'll just tell you, Tony obviously mentioned my video, my call out and everything in his video this weekend. I've gained about 500-600 subs from that, which is awesome. That's super awesome. And it's really appreciated, obviously. A similar thing happened the first time you mentioned me in a video when you found my channel almost a year ago. My channel's like tripled in size since then, and he certainly contributed to that a bit. So I appreciate it. But barring that, yes, being mentioned by a much larger channel can do a lot for you. You know, having a video that goes viral obviously can do very, very well. But one video that gets a bunch of views and it's a good video and people keep coming back to it, that's well presented and looks the way it needs to look, that will do more for you than anything else ever. So play the algorithm game, try and get your videos out there, and yeah, it can work. Yes, you are a little late. Yes, he accepted. I just mentioned it. He put out a video yesterday. He accepted the call out, and it is on. I agree. Selling merch can be a help. I don't have merch to sell. I haven't been able to order a bunch of shirts to sell in real life. All the stuff is sold through the website. I agree. You know, if I can get 30 people to buy a sticker and then go subscribe, that's great. But again, I get more than that from the average video. So it's like, go to a big national show, shake some hands, try and get 50 people to subscribe, or put out one video, you know? So yeah, that's it. I've spent so much time poring over the numbers and seeing what does what, and I get what you're saying. And again, yeah, cool. And I'd love to meet people and shake hands and bring them on board. But you know, doing the thing on the internet does the most. It's what's worked to this point. So Mexican Spec also said, "You're not putting on a character like someone else we know." If I'm putting on a character, like I must still be doing it right now. That's a lot of work. That's dedication. No. Thank you, Barracuda. In my opinion, you have the best Mopar YouTube because of your knowledge and the variety of cars and systems covered. Awesome. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to be. Hey, there will be no Ford slander. Yeah, good luck with that. My mom's like videos too, my mom says. Nice. I don't know what the 1904. Huh. Probably 1904. 1904. That's the Ford equivalent. It's basically the same design. Yeah. It's basically the same design, different number. Rodney Dangerfield once went to the fights and a hockey game broke out. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good one. Jeff Hutchins, what do you think of an 833 OD in a truck? Not going to be towing. Yeah, then it's fine. It'll work. Chrysler put them in trucks just like GM did, as you say. Yes. They were in a lot of light duty trucks and vans, and they're okay. So, yeah. Savage Noob with a good one there, but I'm not putting it on the board. Nice. Old Iron, I honestly am a huge VGG fan. Guys, I also watch Vice Grip Garage. I like his videos. Really do. Always have. Yes, he's a little goofy. He kind of puts on the act, but I've talked about this before. You know, he is making good money. And the way he ended up where he is by doing what he does. So if what you did, making videos at home on the internet made you like a millionaire, would you stop doing it because people criticized you? I wouldn't. That's a good one. Cypher F says, I bet dude's truck needs new drums. Even if they were turned, they could still be, they could be warped. Turning them won't take a warp out. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I could see that, but when you're adjusting them, I think you would notice. Yeah. John Even, I have no idea what to list my 904 Trans and Slant 6 for. It's kind of just hanging around. 225 Slant 6 is like $100 to $200. A really good engine, you might be able to get a few hundred. A Slant 6 transmission, yeah, you're not looking at much more than scrap there. Junkyard D, yes, Mopars in the Park is about 10, 11 hours away from where the race will be held. The race will be on the Friday. Yes, no, GM did use the aluminum overdrive 833. And I can't remember their number. My brother would know. They have a different number for it. But yeah, it's a GM input in an 833 and then a GM compatible output shaft and tail housing with their style speedometer drive. But it is an OD 833 in the middle. Isn't that neat? Uh-huh. Nice. Cypher F Slant 6 is in a W150 with a granny trans. Yeah, the MP435. I don't believe they ever used the 833 in four-wheel drives. Mexican Spec never uses cruise control. I like having control. I like cruise for a long trip. It's handy. And for my daily commute, because, yeah. Empire Rest bids us adieu. Exhausted after the holiday. Good night, all. See you later. Hey, 224 of you out there. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And if you have any Mopar questions, feel free to drop them. Bulldog, yes, Uncle Tony got back to me. He posted a video yesterday. He has accepted. It's on. It is on. Yes, Bill Johnson started something. We've got lots and lots of Rodney Dangerfield comments in the quotes in the comments now. Yeah. I'm not putting that one on the board either, Mike. Helping Hand says, yeah, 2-barrel Slant 6 intake is the way to go. And I agree. But yeah, they're not growing on trees anymore. So, yeah. Jeff Hutchins is a cruise control addict. I'm a fan. For long trips, I'm a fan. I'm probably going to put a hand throttle on the ramp truck project. The other thing is I'm planning to have an engine-driven air compressor eventually, so it might be helpful for that. Yeah. John even found the channel looking for very specific information. Can't remember what I was trying to figure out. Well, I'm glad I had it. CT Wolfgang says, just keep being entertaining. You'll do just fine. I'm trying. Uh-huh. Mopar 73 Duster says, hey, Jamie, when I did a disc brake swap on my Duster A guy on the A-Body site told me that I need to change out the rear 9-inch brakes to 10-inch brakes. No, not necessarily, but a disc brake car would have had 10-inch rears. Are you going small to big bolt anyway? In which case, that would be a convenient time to just put on big bolt 10-inch parts. Yeah. Old Iron is still waiting on the Dead Dodge Garage roadkill crossover. Long before Dead Dodge Garage, allegedly, the side of my brother's head and my shoulder were in a roadkill episode. We drove to Vegas from here, cannonballed in my brother's Duster to meet them. I've told that story before. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not banking on that happening. Yeah, so e-brake hanging up was another thought I had. And that's a damn good one, and I'm glad you brought it up. Because I did say something about the brake dragging, e-brake dragging. That's what I was thinking. But the metal pivot, yes, the arm there on the frame, I have had those stick before. It'll pull on, and then you release the pedal, but that doesn't release all the way, so the brakes drag. Definitely check that pivot. Merch idea: signed rolls of red wire. Awesome. Vic is starting a Patreon for Stone Soup. Fantastic. No, go right ahead. Post the link. No problem. No character, just not as much cussing. Yes, that's the only difference between video Jamie and real life Jamie. Real life Jamie swears a lot. Nice. Rocket Tom says, suggested on my videos has been your call out and Uncle Tony's. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. Oh, that's rough. All classics. That's really rough. Yeah. I mean, I've talked to you about presentation. That's all I can say. I mean, I know you kind of have an idea what to do there. The other thing I will say is when I come up with a video, and a lot of the videos you see, I came up with right on the spot. It wasn't planned at all. I still have the list of videos I've been meaning to make for like a long time now. But most of the videos you see are just off the cuff, whatever car shows up, whatever project I need to do, that things like that. But there's always an angle. This is something Tom and I talk about a lot. Like, I want to do a video on this car, but what is the angle? I want to show this. I want to do this. You can't just show a car like, hey, here's a car. Look at this car. It's a car. So I'm always looking for the angle. What is the point of the video? What is the angle? What is going to bring people in? What is going to interest people in something? And it's not that I'm saying you're not doing that. I'm just saying it's something that I spend so much time thinking about, to the other people that are saying, how should I make my videos? How should I post videos? How do I get attention? What's the angle? What is the point of the video? What will people get in that video that they can't get anywhere else? Whether it's your stupid jokes or your insights, information, your project, your silly idea, whatever that is. What is it that sets you apart? And I spend a lot of time trying to make sure that I'm doing that with mixed results. But yeah, be yourself. That's yes. Be yourself. Yeah, I could see it. I get it. I think it's not that I think he's totally putting on a character. I think he accentuates his personality for videos. And you can go back and watch videos when he was still filming in his home garage, and he's a lot more monotone. He is a lot more toned down, normal, down to earth. He's not as animated, and whether that's he was camera shy and he hadn't found his voice yet, because that's it. Like, you try to be yourself, but no matter what, you still you're putting on a show when you're talking to camera. And so that it is what it is. Yes, I'm kind of proud of this. Gary, when he first met me, his only comment was he's exactly like he is in his videos. Yeah. I really appreciate that, Glenn. Glenn has been spreading the good word about DDG. I really appreciate if you guys do, share the channel with your friends and stuff like that. I appreciate it. It's a help for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, Vic, I don't know if you can post links. You can certainly try, and if not, my sister can do it. Or Donnie, but he ain't here, which is weird. I should check on him. I'm going to have to check on him. In real life, I speak my mind. Uh-huh. Abel D wants to know, Jamie, do you think more Dodge vans from the 70s were put on the road as ice cream trucks or ambulances? Candy vans. Come on, man. They're all candy vans. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Alan says Derek's videos are how he found me. That's interesting. Yeah. No, I agree. I do think I am more genuine. I'm as true to myself on video as I can be. But again, I do have to make a show. I have to tell the story and give instructions and talk in a way that you don't talk in real life. But I try to do that in the best way, the real way, the one that represents me the best I can. For better or worse. Yeah. Only 2 rules in my shop. Be nice or leave, and no F word. Fox can fix the garage. How you doing? Oh, Bell James. Yeah, that is possible. I'm not sure yet. I need to figure that out. I know I'm going to Arkansas. More on that later. But yeah, if I'm going to be cruising by, I will let you know. Brad's Restorations wants to know if my brother has his own channel. No, he's only making videos on my channel exclusively. If he comes up with a clever enough channel name, he will make his own eventually. Yeah. Oh, that happened to me once. Yeah, that happened to my boat episode. Would not export. It took me a bunch of tries and ended up cutting out a ton of video because I had 4K footage from my GoPro. And I think that was what it was. It would try to export, but then it would just hang. I left it for hours once. And so I ended up just like brutally cutting that video, and it finally did work. It's really weird. Really weird. Good night, Paul Shea. Thanks for being here. Paul Steinberg, I have not figured out the speedo failure yet, but I did realize something else has died as well. The grid heater light. Because it used to just stick on, and now it's totally, totally dead. So I think I somehow unpowered the computer, but I'm not sure how. I'm kind of wondering if the power off that breaker that powers the brake controller that I don't have is somehow split off somewhere important, because that's the only thing I eliminated. I'm going to try to power that up, see if it fixes it. If it doesn't, I will figure it out. Yes, every truck 4-wheel drive 4-speed I've seen was an MP435. Same, at least in the 70s, 80s time frame. Oh, apparently the subs are pouring in for Rooster. So there was a link posted to his channel. If you haven't subscribed to Rooster, please do that. It's Rooster's Restorations. My sister posted a link a bit ago. Blah wants to know, what do you think about the Edelbrock VRS 4150? Would you try one on your car? Yeah, but I'm not going to buy it. I think it's interesting. I think it looks like the ultimate Holly, but I'm still more in favor of the Carter-style carb. So, yeah. Oh, that's what it is. I was so ugly as a kid. When I was born, the doctor slapped my mother. No respect. I get no respect at all. Nice. Oh, crap. Remy Kushner says the 5.9 B&M FlexBlade is out of production. Someone just linked me that. The 5.9. Oh, Magnum. 5.9 Magnum. Yes, you can modify redrill. Yes, overlap one hole on the factory 5.9 Magnum FlexBlade. As long as it's the weighted one, which is only used 97 and up. And yeah, you'll be good. Jeremy Porter, where is the best place to find switched power for aftermarket gauges in the 68 Barracuda? The back of the fuse panel. There's 1 or 2 taps back there. There's a battery power one and a key power one. Usually when I've got multiple gauges and stereo and things like that, I end up with that split off 3 different directions. But yeah, it is in the back side of the fuse panel. In like E-bodies, there are actual taps. Late B-bodies too, same thing. They have those little triple taps that you can use for accessories. And they have spots in the fuse box. in the face of it. But yeah, in the A body, it's the back side of the fuse panel. Seth Stewart has a myriad of Dodge questions. Well, you're in the right place to ask them. Bulldog Garage Merch, your thoughts? Single quad tunnel ram? No. Single quad is a disaster. It is terrible. It is not going to work. It is not going to make good power. The fuel distribution is awful. Engine Masters did a dyno test on it and showed just how bad they are. And I have firsthand knowledge of this. Single quad tunnel ram is an absolute waste of time. Don't bother. Don't do it. Will C says, has anyone turned down the bearing retainer on an OD833 to use a more common bell housing? Yes, there's a smaller size one. There is a size that's available that fits on the OD. It's smaller than the big 5.25 retainer. And then you have the hole opened up on a standard bell housing and the two match. That's the magic trick. You can't turn it all the way down to the standard 1-to-1 size. That doesn't work. You can't take that much meat off it. But there is a way to do it if you can't find the correct bell. And you're not the only person looking for one if you're looking for one. I think I have a couple, but I have to double check. Bell James saw 233. I see 236 people out there. So thank you very much for being here. The moment I said that, it dropped to 232 because that's how it works every single time. And Dan, sorry, I meant to qualify that statement. There are 445s which don't have the non-synchronized granny low first gear. Thanks to Dan for pointing that out. Yes, I'm well aware of the beef. Oh, Donnie is late and apologizes. He just got back from the Vietnam traveling wall in Melbourne, Florida. Huh. Wow. Well, I forgive you. Clings to bacon wrapped jalapeno. I'm getting hungry. Nice. Oh, interesting. 445 non-granny gear 4-speed. I didn't know they had the 445 as early as 69 to 71 late swept lines. I didn't know that. I did not know that at all. Huh. Thoughts on a 727 behind a 5.9 Cummins? Well, the early first gens, that's what they had. It was a 3-speed overdrive with a special bell pattern to match the Cummins. It's fine, I guess. But I would much prefer to have an overdrive and a lockup converter. Lovejoy says, I might call the square body something like Fire Hazard. That'd work. Huh. Mexican Spec can't see functional history's comments here either. That's weird. Yeah, he's definitely here. And I can see his comments. Huh. Chris Freemesser says, I've heard it said people who swear a lot are honest people. They don't guard their words like a liar would. I like to think I'm a fair and honest person. But anyway, I do swear a lot. Whew. John Even is going to make a channel of nothing but, hey, here's the car. This is the car. Good luck. Nice. Oh, All Classics current video is how to rewire early second-gen power door locks. Gotcha. My wiring guide electrical videos do not do well on... They don't do well as just normal videos. A project video, a different car I haven't shown, something neat. Driving junk home always does well. Reviving crap. Yeah, those things do better. My electrical guides don't do that well the day of, but it's evergreen content. They get views forever. And so in that regard, they have done very well for me. People, my sister's distracted. She's busy. She's got stuff going on. Aunt D, besides the axles and drums, are there any other differences in the small and big pattern 7 1/4 rear end? As far as I know, no. As far as I know, they are the same. Those outer parts that you mentioned are the only differences. John Chapman, what happened to the pre-71 Dodge truck with the locked up engine? I posted the video. I posted one The first installment of that, it's been a year since I got that truck, and I decided it was time to finally release the video one weekend when I was short on content. And so I put out one episode showing what was going on with it. The engine is no longer locked up. It's missing a couple pistons, and I need to fix it. Axel Addict or AXL Addict. How you doing there? See you later, Robert Fitch. Thanks for being here. David is here and says the club cab, Jesus Christ, is home safe. He sent me some videos earlier, and I had some questions about the weight distribution. He's got a 2014 Hemi truck, and it was doing some work today. That looks pretty safe. Just a little more squat than I'd like to see, but it's a half-ton truck, so is what it is. And that's the truck that brought that club cam home the first time anyway, so yeah. Thanks, No Clue Garage. I appreciate that. Yeah. Rocket Tom says, Jamie came up with my 70 Charger RT video this weekend. Was doing a follow-up on that car. Jamie just said, don't. Pretty much. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. John Liff says, I'm set apart with a combination of useful knowledge and entertainment. Exactly. That is the angle on the channel. Always has been. It's a unique blend of zesty spices. Useful knowledge, education, some stuff that people can use to fix their stuff, but delivered in what I think is an entertaining way. And it's not entertaining for everyone, I can tell you that. But yeah, it's working pretty well for me so far. And I don't think there are a lot of other channels that do what I do. So yeah. Joel Shooter, my email address is deaddodgegarage@gmail.com. So if you email me there, I'll send you an address and we'll figure it out. Cypher F says the and remembers got me hooked, and well, truck stuff. Nice. Yeah, I've had a couple comments. The rare times that I've missed and remembers, I've been chastised for it. Leg Boss sent me over $9.99 and says, hey, Jamie, thank you very much for that, by the way. Is that a harp? Anyway, hey, Jamie, I bought an 08 Ram 3742 RLE. If I buy a donor vehicle, can I swap the ECU and everything out of a running truck and have it work? Do you mean like the drivetrain and the ECU and everything? Will I have to mess with the wiring harness? What's different between V8 and V6? If that's what you mean, I just wonder, because I can't conceive of any reason why you would just swap an ECU. So I assume you're talking drivetrain swap. You would need the V8 engine harness because you just would. Plus, I wonder what engine you'd be putting in there. I mean, if you're doing like a Hemi swap, there's a lot of stuff that's different. I'll try to look for your response in a minute here. Oh, cool. We'll see. Sent me a message on. Ooh, nice. OD. Oh, you need a slant 6 bell housing. Yeah, I think I have one. I've got a 1-to-1, and I think I have a slant 6 one too. Nice. Russ Beaters Derelicts wants to know, ex-military ambulance W200 with the 318 worth trying to get roadworthy again? Well, yeah, I think so. Unless it needs an insane amount of money invested for some reason. That sounds like a cool truck. I'd definitely be saving that. Nice. Stage 0, Jason finally gets to be one of those guys robbing parts from other vehicles. Made me feel special grabbing the voltage regulator and door latch off your old step side. How dare you? Cool. Very cool. I rock like a ramp truck. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oops. Oh, sorry I'm late. Sweet bright bike. I was doing the Florida Veterans Reunion. Very cool. Very cool. Uncle Tony, bread with crust. DDG, no crust. Well, I eat my sandwiches with the crust on. I'm just saying. Nice. Oh, my neck is killing me once again. Here, I'm going to get shorter. Probably won't help, but it's a nice idea. Yeah, I'm with Mexican Spec on that one. Those are cool trucks. I would be fixing that. Yep. Matt says, I got to hand it to you. One of the few car channels where the host actually turns a wrench. Lots of talkers out there on YouTube that never pick up a wrench. Well, I am a professional wrench. I wrench a lot, but you don't actually see me do it on video all that much. I've shown a bit more of it lately, but yeah, a lot of it is just talk and describing what I'm doing. I don't literally show you. But I do try to explain things in a way that makes sense. I'm not going to give you time lapses of myself working. Like, I've done it a few times. It might happen again someday, but that's not what my channel is. Yes, I will show you me working on stuff, but mostly it's telling a story and trying to explain things. But anyway, I appreciate that. Donnie needs subs, so if you somehow haven't subscribed to Big Wrench Tech either, please do that. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Rad. Jeff Hutchins, the only thing I will say is that thing worked perfectly until I replaced the positive battery terminal. With all the other goofy problems in the truck, the speedometer was perfectly fine until I changed the positive battery terminal. Okay, Legbot, I see now your first comment before the paid one, so now I've got all the details. I don't think you can put a 4.6 RE from behind a 5.9, or do you mean the whole thing? If you want to put a 5.9 and a 4.6 RE in your truck, then take everything. You need everything. The wiring harness, the computer, the transmission, the drive shaft, transfer case, probably, if this is a 4-wheel drive. The radiator, the mounts, obviously, everything. Everything. You need all of it. But yeah, if you've got a parts truck, this is actually possible. Mm-hmm. And my sister did put up a link to Donnie's channel. I apologize, guys. I'm skipping through the comments a little bit, trying to get caught up here. Yes, Legba, you will need to change the harness. Mm-hmm. Mike Joyce, where can I find a Sure lock? I'm assuming you mean Sure grip for an 8 1/4. They were sold. They were factory equipment in lots of Dakotas and Jeeps and things like that. So a limited slip carrier should be out there. Should be available in many flavors. Steve C is here. It says, hey, Jamie, I now own a 2nd gen. Nice. 2-wheel drive, 24 valve, 5-speed with a perfect dash and no 53 block. So I should buy a lotto ticket, right? I thought so, but someone in the comments informed me that if you've already used up all your luck, that is not the time to go buy a lotto ticket. So no. Uh-huh. Oh, classic dude Mike fell out of love with boats. Yes, Rooster and Donnie have both been on my lives. So you can go back in my vast catalog of previous live streams and see that as well. There have been other guests over the years. Year and a half, whatever. Peter Ralph, how you doing there? No, Rick, and someone else said this in a comment as well, and I responded to them. There is no speedometer cable. It's an electric speedometer. And it worked when I shut the truck off, when I parked it, and it didn't work when I took off after I replaced the battery terminal. So I'm almost completely sure it's my fault. Lovejoy says I should look at the picture that he sent me. I don't know what I'm looking at here, but it's a picture. It appears to be a trailer rotting into the earth. Oh, is that that what got hit by a semi? I don't know what I'm looking at. That's a weird. I can't tell. Can't tell. Mm-hmm. Indirect connection also swears a lot. Have to learn how to curb that when I record. Yes, it's been tough for me, but part of it is most of the wrenching that I do is not actually when the camera is rolling. That helps. Yep. Nice. No Clue Garage says I've used your electrical videos a couple times. I love those things. Awesome. I'm happy to help. And again, that's why I did it. I hope that for years to come, people can refer back to those videos. Yeah. There's a lot of talking back and forth on here. Oh, come on. I can't type. This is terrible. See if I can find it. Let's see. That didn't work. Didn't work at all. I went to go try and find it's Patreon, right? I didn't see it. Mexican Spec. Does your daughter think you are funny? She told me that I am the funniest people she knows. Funniest person she knows. And that the only other person that's almost as funny as me is her alleged boyfriend. And that was really sweet, I thought. So yeah, I guess so. I think she's hilarious. So yeah. Hopefully that continues as she turns into a fully formed, full-size human. But I don't know. Legbot does indeed have a harp. Nice. Very nice. AMC guy finds it very difficult to set aside time for filming. Me too. I have managed to roll it in with my wrenching, and so, but that's why my videos are the way they are, because I also have to still do the work. And so it's work on something, film a bit, work on it, film a bit, work on it, film a bit. And oftentimes I will get into projects and then go, crap, I still have a YouTube channel. So yeah, done the same exact thing. It is a challenge, but it's been 2.5 years now. I've gotten fairly good at it. AXL or Axel, no idea. Addict says, been searching for about 3 years. Do you know where there are electric window motors for a 60 Sport Fury or anything interchangeable? I don't. Tom Hergert with Rocket Restorations would be the person to ask. Tom at rocketresto.com is his email address, so you might reach out and ask him. I'm not guaranteeing that he knows, but if anyone that I know knows, it would be Tom. Excuse me. Jeffrey Cloth wants to know, hi, can a 904 torque converter behind a 318 LA converter feel wobbly if it is old or challenged? Flex plate, trans, and engine are good. Well, what do you mean wobbly, and how did you confirm those other parts are good? I mean, yeah, I don't quite know what you mean by wobbly. Like there's a shake in your drivetrain. How did you go through and confirm all those parts are good? How do you know it's not a flex plate issue? I mean, did you take this thing out and look at it and go, no, it's fine, and put it back in? Or what are we doing here? I don't know what you mean by wobbly. I mean, I've heard of balloon converters and issues there that can lead to strange issues, but yeah, I'm just not quite sure what you mean. AMC guy's in Canada. Yeah, he's above the 49th parallel. Nice. Yes, Mexican Spec. I'm aware of their beef. Stephen Andrews, my back is feeling better. My neck is bugging me more now from having to look at a computer. My chair's as low as it goes. It's better. It's not 100%, but it is better. Can I beat Tony's paint drying video? Nope. My sister is dropping links for our friends' channels, so please, if you haven't, click on them and subscribe. It would really be helpful for them, and we thank you for that. And Cope Racing Transmissions dropped in, which is awesome. How's it going, Mr. Cope? And says you don't need a computer if you have a reverse manual of health buddy. Very true. Very true. Yeah. I understand that not everyone is a Tony fan. I am. Stuff he makes sense. Stuff he says makes sense to me. I've been watching his videos for 5 years. I was watching when he started on Bottle Rocket. Yeah. Anyway, I got all kinds of respect for him, but no one, like, there's no way anyone could possibly make videos in a way that will appeal to everyone. It cannot be done. And I wouldn't try. Yes, Vic has been a guest in my lives as well. Yeah, the I'm not even supposed to be here today special that Vic was in that one. And unfortunately, because it was unplanned, I didn't it's not announced in the title or anything. But anyway, you can find it there. Spitfire Mike wants to know, wasn't the transmission the same in the Ram V10 and Cummins? Yes, the transmission is the same. The bell housing pattern used on the V10 is the bell housing pattern that was used on the Cummins block adapter for Dodge trucks. So the bell housing is this pattern is the same. The basic transmission is the same. Now, they are actually not exactly the same because the converter is Cummins specific, V10 specific, and the valve body and governor are different between the Gasser and the Cummins. If you can find a V10 transmission, you can turn it into a Cummins transmission. Having said that, I've looked and they're not easy to find either. So, yeah. But yes, they are the same basic unit. Stray Bullet 3393 says, we need to start scheming about ways to beat Tony and beat him bad. I don't think beat him bad is going to happen. I don't know if beat him at all is going to happen, but I am going to give it the old I dropped out of college try. I promise. Wow. Okay, so that was the Tongue of Lovejoy's trailer bent down to the ground. Wow. Stray Bullet's playing both sides of this. Yeah. You know, there a lot of my followers follow Tony as well. And so I'm sure there's going to be some of that playing both sides stuff going on. I think it'll be interesting. I don't think no matter what happens, I don't think anything can go wrong. So it's going to be entertaining, folks. And remember, we're YouTubers. Like, I'm not in this to win or to like embarrass Tony because that's not going to happen. I'm in it for the fun. I'm in it for the bragging rights to say I did it, and I'm in it for the subs, son. We're YouTubers. Like, everything we do is for video content. So just remember that. Uh-huh. Having said that, I'm going to bring the Aest game I have. Tried Him Up is here and says, hey, Jamie, Corey here from Ottawa, Canada. Any plans to work on the white 300 you bought a while back or that other Charger you got? Yeah, I got all kinds of plans. What I don't have is time. Now I'm wrapped up in this whole drag race thing, so I kind of got to, do that. Uh-huh. Nice. Oh, good. Yes, Jeff. Okay, Jeff is the one that told me not to buy a lotto ticket. Very good. Yes, the two speedo problems I mentioned usually show you they're going bad first, and that's what I would expect. Yeah. Yes, she has a boyfriend. It's the cutest thing in the world. He is an absolute sweetheart. He ran away from home once because she skipped school because she wasn't feeling well, and came here, stole flowers on the way here for her, hung out for a while till his parents found him. He got in huge trouble. He was grounded for 2 months. He has brought her so many little gifts and things. And I saw, before I knew that he was her boyfriend, they're 8 and 9. It's not a big deal. But before I knew that, I saw them sitting together at their first school concert, singing concert. And the way he was making her crack up was just like, it's the sweetest thing I've ever seen in my life. So, yeah, no, I've got no bad things to say about it. White Trash Motorsports, that was a bad read, has been here in the background since Tony ended, but got a bounce. Later, everyone. Later. Oh, yes, Ava and Rooster share a birthday. Tax day. Josh Hellman, film my work in one straight shot and then upload it. I can't do that. My call-out video with Tony's name on it, I filmed that like 3.5 times. I tried because Tony will just film a video straight to camera, no problem. He can just do it. I can't. I tried. I can't. I just cannot work out everything that I want to say. I can't do it. So yeah, no way. Glenn, Jamie, how old is that Snap-on hat? And are you a Snap-on guy? This is a fake age Snap-on hat, and I almost didn't take it because of the fake aging, and that's not what I want in life. The good news is I'm already ruining it and getting it grubby, so it'll be honest before long. But this is actually a new hat. Notice it even looks like frumpy and it's all crooked. They really went all out. But it was the only design he had on the. He was willing to give me a truck, a hat, and some socks. It was the only design he had on the truck that I liked. So I took it. Bolt Thrower says, Jamie, I'm happy to see how your channel has been growing. I love all your videos. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. AMC guy says those early window motors are easy to rebuild, so that's good to know. And now that you've said that, you get to make the video rebuilding them. Good night, Josh. Thanks for being here. As usual, and I'll talk to you later. Legba wants to know, how about swapping the 3.6 liter like in your Challenger into an 08 Ram? Use transmission out of the Challenger. I would go find a truck motor for your donor, but yeah, it could be done. It's just like that. When you have that 5.9 donor truck, you have every single piece. If you want to put a 3.6 in there, that never came in that truck. So like, good luck. That's a big ask. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's such a bigger job. That's a lot. It would be cool, but like, why? Just why? If you want a 3.6 truck, buy a 3.6 truck. I personally don't think that is, under any circumstances, going to be worth all the effort. I think 3.6 trucks are great, but I wouldn't build one. You are going to run into so many nightmares trying to do that. So, yeah. Dalton Sparks says, it's an odd question, but would a 727 work with the 2-speed rear end? I think it would. I don't think there's any reason why it wouldn't. But yeah. I have never had any shutter problems with lockup converters. I've been in a Ford that had a shuttering converter, an IDI diesel Ford, but I've never had it in a Mopar. Yeah. Nice. When does Donnie call me out? He's going to have to drive up here. Tony has me brainwashed. Nice. About 20 of you guys at least went over and subscribed to Rooster and All Classics, so thank you very much for doing that. Make sure you give Lovejoy some love as well, and Donnie. Yeah, Bill Johnson. Yeah, right. I read that in your comment. I would have loved to line up next to Bottle Rocket. I really like the car. I love the ethos. I love the spirit. But I'm not fast enough. So, yeah. When he started that project, I think I still owned a 72 Satellite sedan. I had some ideas. Or maybe I didn't, but then I did again, but then I didn't again. Who knows? Sciatic nerve issues. I don't know what it is, but it's off kilter. It's off to the side right here on the right on my neck, and there's like a lump. And I really need to get health insurance again so I can have that looked at, among other things. Good night, Nolan. Thanks for being here. Tim sub to Lovejoy. Awesome. Thanks for that. Donnie might have to do a call-out video if everything goes right. And that's fine, but you're going to have to drive here. See you later, Vic. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I'm going to try and stumble through the last comments here and then maybe play a song. But I am starving. I had a little snack before the live, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, awesome, Legba. I really appreciate that. That is a great review. That is all I could ever aspire to being. You're the most technically sound, knowledgeable YouTube host that is still entertaining. Big fan. Awesome. Again, like, if I could have that like engraved on my tombstone or whatever, I will count this whole operation as a success. Yeah. You just love to see it. LS swap whatever car you're bringing. Get out. Get out. My brother's going to LS swap a 69 Charger. Everyone's going to hate it. I did not know that, Mike, but I'm not surprised. Oh, Lovejoy got at least 8 subs tonight. Nice. Yes, AMCs are honorary Mopars. You guys know that. Yeah. The Snap-on hat is a fake. Unsubscribed. I stopped wearing the Snap-on hat that I seasoned by myself because it was absolutely disgusting. I still have it though. Oh man, Rich Jordan just sent me $20. This is for the Get Jamie Moore car batteries fund and for maybe making my first gen DDG hat and stickers collector's items. Thank you, Rich. Very much appreciated it. Very much appreciated. I do need to buy an actual battery for the Ram truck really soon here. So, yeah, nice. Rooster said something about waxing a Johnson. Nice. Wow. AMC guy rebuilt those window motors in high school 25 years ago. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Nice. Russ Peter Stereolex. We have to all make a pact on this right now. If you get access to a time machine one time, you have to go back and prevent the creation of 3M Scotch lock connectors. Nope, that's it. Yep. Kill Hitler is just too generic of an answer. Yes, Mexican Spec, I did see your email. Yes. I saw it. I even showed it to my wife. And she was, let's say, perplexed, flummoxed, off-put by the existence of the hideaway headlights on that car. It just looks so wrong. Yeah. McLovin Garage, how dare you? How dare you come in here and give me ideas? I thought you might try to trade or buy one of those Imperials that came into Rocket. Any plans for a C-body in the fleet? I would love to have the 68 Imperial two-door hardtop. I really like that car. And I spent several minutes trying to come up with a good reason to own it. For one thing, I already named it. It's the 4,500-pound Pickle. It's an awesome car. The interior is fantastic. It's a great cruiser. I would love to have that. The reality is I wouldn't actually use it. I wouldn't drive it because I'm not going to drive Imperial gas mileage to Rocket and back more than a couple times. If I want to highway cruise a comfy car, well, I'm getting in my Charger. So what job does that Imperial fulfill for me? I will just end up watching it sit here and rot. And so I'd love to have the car. It's probably worth more than I would ever want to pay for it. And I just don't need it. I really don't. I had big ideas on a 68 Fury or Sport Fury. I'd kind of like a 70 Sport Fury, actually. Sport Fury GT. But I don't know. I've already got the Charger that fulfills all of those needs. So I don't know. But yeah, I did strongly consider trading for the Imperial because I love that car. Yes. No, not the ignition switch. You're going to have to do a lot, and I haven't done it on one of those trucks, so I don't know exactly where you could disconnect it. There may be a screw connector you could take out of the fuse box. Actually, by that time, that should be a TIPM, totally integrated power module. So you probably need to change that from your donor as well. Now that I think about it, it's probably not even compatible because if you've got a 5.9, that's likely an 03 truck. Oh man, you're opening a big can of worms. I could tell you that. Drab is here. How you doing? A little late. Bruce Nichols, how do you raise the lockup speed on the all hydraulic late 70s torque flight? I don't know, and I know it's a problem. I have no idea. The only one of those I've ever had an early lockup problem. It was terrible. But I don't know how to fix it. I've heard it's possible, but I don't know. Barracuda, what do you think of Dodge installing a V6 into the new Ram EV trucks just to power an onboard generator? I think it's brilliant, and certain people disagree with me on that. I understand, But I think it makes sense. You have an onboard generator. You can generate your own power. So you just removed the need to hook that truck to the power grid. Now you still can, but there are so many more options once you put that generator in there. Apparently Alum H is pronounced olive drab. I mean, I know what olive drab is, but the spelling puts me off of it a bit. All right, that checks out. Anyway, the Edison Motors, they're building a truck. It's the same basic idea. A diesel engine runs a generator, powers electric motors. In certain applications, that will work very, very well. In certain applications, it won't work as well as just hooking the V6 to the axles. But in some applications, it will. So it makes sense. I think it's interesting. I think it's an idea more companies should pursue. I hope the truck is a success, but I don't know if it will be at all. Yes, it is about that time to go get some dinner. I'm starving. I think I mentioned that. Awesome. Yeah, Bell James, if it's convenient, I will come by. That would be cool. I suppose I could load up those heads. I don't have them ready, though. And I'm not going to have times to do all the stuff. Joel Shooter, you really need to email me. Or if you're on Facebook, you can find me on Facebook. I don't know of any other good way. I don't want you to drop your phone number here. And even if you do, I am the worst person in the world at just getting a hold of people. You got to get a hold of me. So if you could email me, that would be the best way by far. Yes, AMCs are honorary Mopars because they were eaten by Chrysler. So they're welcome to a lot of Mopar shows and stuff. Daimler bought Chrysler. Somebody joked my K car has become a Mercedes. Nice. Jeremy Porter, you're very welcome. 4-speed Demon versus 4-speed Roadrunner street race. Let's do it. Speed Vision. Oh, Linda Santomo says, for third gen Charger fans, Speed Vision has a show on a 73 Charger on Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern. Is that new show? Helping Hand? Yeah. Mexican Spec says the hideaway lights look great on a Coronet. It's not that they look bad. It's just they look out of place to me. But I think my ideal Coronet is the 66. I vastly prefer the 66 grill. I think the 67 with the grill that kind of mimics the hideaways, it just looks awkward on that car to me. I like the 66 much more. The early torque converter is hydraulic. I don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about. Forget it. So forget it all. Hot 318 LA, T56 and carburetor. Problem solved. I never expected anyone to have to say the name aloud. Nice. There's a reason locomotives are diesel electric. It is different, though. It's not the same as the train application. A direct comparison cannot be made, but it is similar technology. Yeah, you can Facebook me. Yes, no problem. Find me on Facebook, Dead Dodge Garage. You can just message the Dead Dodge Garage Facebook page, and I will see it. I don't get to those quickly, but I do always see them. There you go. Thanks, Dead Guy. You start thinking about that race. Oh, I'm thinking about that race. It's all good, all classics. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Night, everybody. Yeah, I think it's about that time. I was trying to wade through all the... Oh, I got to the end of the comments. It all worked out. I like the 69 Coronet too, David. Really do. I had a song that I was going to do, but I didn't learn it, and I think we've learned that's a bad idea. A leg boss truck wasn't shifting. Yeah, the 545 has or it's a 4.2. Anyway, the Mopar transmission failsafe mode, limp home mode. It sticks in second. Good night, and thanks for all the fish. So long, and thanks for all the fish. What key is that in? I don't know. So long and thanks for all the fish. So sad that it should come to this. We tried to warn you. Something, something, something. Rooster's calling me out. It's a call out. Well, get the car put back together. Transmission. No, your transmission is probably fine. You either have a solenoid problem or probably a solenoid problem. Night, Larry. Thanks for being here. What key is that in? I might need a capo. Wait, hold on. Beginner, North Fort Worth, 1883. Some old Mexican cowboy comes stepping up to me, saying, howdy, young fella, and would you like to go and to spend another season with me in Mexico? I went up to that cowboy and I put in my hand. Oh, I skipped a verse. What's the other verse? Shit. Oh man. I had no employer back to him to say, it's according to your wages, according to your pay. Said I'll pay you good wages and nothing to you know. If you spend another season with me in Mexico. I went up to that cowboy and offered him my hand. Spent a year staying horses so they couldn't stand. I nearly starved to death, boys. I need to let you know that I never saved a dollar in those hills in Mexico. All right. Out of here. Thanks, everybody. And I'll see you next week. Oh, and you probably can't look forward to the Dodge Garage Uncle Tony duo. I don't think he's a singer. Okay. Stupid Facebook. Joel, you can do it. Dead Dodge Garage. Wild Horses Bluegrass style. That's an idea. All right. See you guys. Thanks for hanging. I'll see you in the comments. Look forward to Ramp Truck and Demon videos coming in hot. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Later, Tater. Good luck. Talk to you soon, Joel.